Hi, everyone. This is Gail Minogue back with more information on our times and lives we're all experiencing right now. I wanted to give you sort of more background so you can understand what's happening in our daily lives with the economy, with tariffs, with the breakdown of various different systems that we have grown accustomed to over the last several years. So that's what I want to cover in today's YouTube talk. And I hope that you will bring me some questions, comments. I look forward to that. Right now, we're experiencing some economic hits with the uncertainty of tariffs and the uncertainty of the immigration program, the uncertainty of the stock market. All of these uncertainties are a result of a big disruption that occurs in society about every 100 years or so. So if you can go back with me to the early part of the 20th century, you're going to see a lot of things from the World War I onward that are now in the process of ending. So we've had a sense of normalcy for many, many years. As I've said before to you, that the United States operates in two big cycles, 80-year and 50-year. And right now in 2025, we are experiencing the combination of these two cycles hitting up against each other and creating disruption, destruction, and collapse of many systems that we are used to having. So we feel sort of adrift. And there's no, where is our ship going? What's happening? What's the outcome? What's the end game? Nobody can really tell you right now because it's in the disruption phase. And our president, Trump, is the perfect person to disrupt. And that's his job. So whether you like him or dislike him, it's irrelevant. It's about getting the job done so that we can create a new program of living for actually the world and the United States. The United States, based on its date of birth, July 4, 1776, is a 5-life path. It's the catalyst of change. So America is all about change, changing itself, changing the world. So it looks terrible to outside world what America is doing. Breaking down the institutions we depended upon, all of the kinds of things such as our trading system, our global trading system. The stock market's a fright right now. It's going all over the place. We're deporting people, even though we have employment issues, trying to get employees. All of these things are breaking down so that we can rebuild a new, what we'll call a new era for us and for the world beginning in 2030. So the 20s are really about disruption and destruction. And you want to take a look at these periods and understand the makeup of the United States. What is it really about? What is it really doing? Go back to the beginning of the 20th century. So let's say World War I. We got in that reluctantly. World War II, we got in that reluctantly. And after that, the Cold War, which was an outcome of World War II. So all this stuff that was created from these wars and Cold Wars, and then the policies that were put in place from World War II are ending. So if you look at the United States, we have been the beneficiary of tremendous wealth, good economic prosperity. We replaced Britain as the empire of the world. Well, the price of that was to sort of assist other countries like Europe pay for their defense, putting money out from taxpayers to do that. All these policies have now said, wait a minute. And what the big signal was that Ukrainian war. The Ukrainian and Russian war showed how bad the Russian military was or is, and how bad the Russian economy is. So Russia even though all our spy stories are basically about Russia and that we've been our arch enemy for years, when you look at it with its poor economy, its poor military, it isn't the threat that it used to be or that we thought it used to be. The only thing what we all have are nuclear weapons. And if you shoot yours, I'll shoot you. And then we'll all resurrect to another planet. Anyway, so that's really not a doable. So we have to take a look at the world in a very different light. We are no longer in the same position to be the backup, financial backup for the world. And then we have to take a look at what's been going on through the last 80 years, where America basically started to offshore all its manufacturing or bulk of its manufacturing. Now, I'm not saying we want to come back and set up underwear factories or t-shirt factories or other things like plastic shoes. This is not what we want. We want to be able to onshore the things that are desperate, that we don't depend upon another country. For instance, most countries are quite unstable. Our suppliers are quite unstable. So we would be at the whim of some of these countries if they wanted to cut us off, particularly with drugs, chemicals for drugs, our, iPhones, phones, period, tech, all these things. So we are having to take a look at our role in the world of why are we doing things? What do we need to do? Now, that doesn't mean the way we're doing it is the best way, but it came down to we had to really take a look and say, where are we going? What are we doing? What do we need to change? Not what do we need to destructively change. We need to be constructive change agents. So the thing that we have to be careful about is that we don't destroy the handiwork that's being created for the next era of America, which will be here around 2030. Remember I said to you that this tough period of the United States began actually in 2015, and it goes to 2033, with the hardest part is now. The hardest year is now. So we will have to do some hard calling this year in 2026. So it's kind of a synopsis, just a little bit outline, and I can enumerate more of this at another YouTube, but I just wanted you to get interested in taking a back step and not to get caught up in the minutia of word making and calling each other names. It's not going to work. Remember, it's a nation of immigrants. We need immigrants. So how are we doing? We're deporting many, which we may find later on we really need to fill our jobs because we do not have enough. And our population is aging considerably, and it costs too much to have children, so you're not seeing much of a birth rate increase. So we're going to have a country of a lot of older people who are going to require on more services. Who's going to fill the jobs who's going to replace the workers? And we need immigrants to do that because we don't have the birth population. So we have to take a look at this in a totally different way. We're going to have to address the elderly, whether we want to address, is going to be a requirement. So this is going to take place over the next several years. It's a long-term trend. Don't be too frightened, but it is uncomfortable not having any kind of stability, which we do not have. The worst thing to put up with is uncertainty. Risk is better than uncertainty. You can measure risk. Very difficult to measure uncertainty. And that's the problem right now. So, but understand this context. I'm going to have to speak more about this because I'm getting a lot of comments from people saying, well, we're doing this and we're doing that and it's terrible. But understand the bigger picture of the necessary for us to change the way we conducted ourselves in the world. And the global power shift is taking place. It's taking place, I'm not even going in there, but remember, the 50-year cycle, the 80-year cycle has met each other, and this is why the institutions, universities, all of this, and then you have Doge, which is, the way they're doing it, I do not agree with. It's crazy. So it's mainly shock and awe. Remember, first 100 days, a lot has to take place. So anyway, what I wanted to do is just give you a synopsis of what's happening and why. So stay tuned on May 3rd, Saturday, May 3rd, I'm going to do a Zoom program on more detail of this and where we go, what we can do as a result of these decisions. We got to get past the first shock and awe phase of the first 100 days. Trump knows he has to throw it all out now and worry about the details later. That's what you're watching, the first 100-day shock and awe period. Thanks for watching. Save May 3rd, Saturday, May 3rd, 11 a.m. Pacific time. And we'll look forward to seeing you. Thank you.